Recently, I have seen a question pop up more and more frequently, and rightfully so. The question states, is Zoom good or bad? Now, obviously, one good quality about any person, thing, or subject doesn't make it fully good. The same goes for being bad. That is why I am not going to be biased about this, because quite frankly, I personally only have one grudge against Zoom, and that is that I have to wake up at 7 a.m. for school every day. So I'm gonna be approaching this question from various angles and at the end come to my own personal conclusion. Anyways, without further ado, let's hop right into the video.
This is our sanctuary. We can find shelter and peace.
No one can deny the good things that Zoom has done. Therefore, I will list the most important good things about Zoom and in a bit more detail explain every single one. For an application that provides so much, it is really easy to use. With only a few clicks, you can easily join a meeting, record and store your meetings, invite people, share your screen, give reactions, mute your microphone at any given time, chat with one person or with your entire group, and the list just goes on and on. All of these features are extremely easy and quick to use, and you will learn them all within a few minutes. And if you perhaps have any issues, the Zoom Help Center is extremely reliable and gives direct solutions to your problems. You can even live train free of charge or get contact support 24/7. All in all, learning to use Zoom is an extremely quick process, and for its many features, it is very easy to use. Now, before I start talking about this, I know that there are three versions of Zoom that are not free, but I'm only going to be talking about the free version since this is the most commonly used, at least in my country. There are two reasons why Zoom is so commonly used. First is obviously because of the quarantine and how the people at Zoom use this quarantine for an extreme economic growth. And secondly, because the most used version is free. I mean, their market cap jumped from 16 billion to around 40 billion in just under 3 months. I mean, that's insane. With all that being said, having the basic version of Zoom free during this pandemic has resulted in tens of millions of new users. And having so many new users, it is bound to result that quite a few of those new users will end up buying the upgraded version, hence the company will get more money. With their good marketing, advertisement and strategic plays, Zoom has now become one of the world's most downloaded non-game mobile apps, coming third in the overall downloads, first in the App Store downloads and fourth in the Google Play downloads. Now, I have to give credit where credit is due. Zoom offers 720p quality videos, which definitely isn't half bad. Now, of course, there's going to be differences in the quality of your webcam between an old Toshiba laptop and an Apple MacBook Pro, but for a standard mid-range price computer or laptop, the quality of your Zoom video will not be an issue. Even on a lot of better low-range computers and laptops, quality isn't a big issue. All in all, Zoom offers high-quality video conferences that aren't an issue for a standard laptop or computer. The power and quality of your computer does, however, affect the quality of your webcam, but since a lot of teachers, professors, and bosses require only your voice, this isn't that big of an issue. At the end of the day, you being present in the conference or a meeting, talking in it, giving your ideas and feedback, and contributing to any conversation is more important than showing your ugly ass face. But if your boss or teacher requires you to use a webcam, just roll with what you got, even if your webcam isn't the best. Now, I know that this is quite a subjective point, but I do believe that for most people, let that be students, teachers, workers, or just your family members, it is healthy to talk, or just to hear their voices, or just see their faces, because you get into this routine in your life, and when this routine gets interrupted or just flat out cancelled, it affects people. For some people, having a routine in their life, let that be going to work or going to school, is a lifesaver. They forget about the hardships of their lives and maybe just for a few hours forget about their issues and problems, whilst being surrounded with other loving and compassionate people who also follow a daily routine. And whilst we are all at home so much, so many people are going to suffer more. For example, people who suffer from domestic violence and their only escape from that was work or school. So many kids who live in an abusive household. So many men and women who are in an unhealthy and toxic relationship. And so on and so on. For these people, life is now more tough. And that is why Zoom is so great. People can chat with one another, still live at least a portion of their previous daily routines with classes and meetings. And not only that, people can still have their psychotherapy sessions. Now, granted, it is not 100% the same as having an in real life one-on-one, but it is still a lot better than nothing, and it really does help people, regardless of it being done virtually. All in all, Zoom is also a good app from a psychological standpoint, regardless of it being done virtually. With all that being said, Zoom does have quite a lot of good qualities, which make the app unique in a very good way. But unfortunately, it is now time to move on to its downsides. Now, of course, no matter how good an app is, there are always going to be certain downsides to it. With Zoom, however, these downsides are pretty massive. Saying that Zoom security isn't the best is a pretty big understatement. Over the next few minutes, I will tell you just a few examples of Zoom's unreliability with their privacy, and I will also link some articles in the description below, so if you are interested, you can check them out. I highly suggest reading some of them, especially if you use Zoom on a weekly or even a daily basis, so you have a better understanding of this issue and a better chance of protecting your valuable and important data. According to ABC News, Zoom is a prime target for foreign spies, most concerning being the Chinese intelligence operatives. A DHS intelligence analysis said that Zoom's sudden immense growth and use across both public and private sector entities, in combination with its highly publicized cybersecurity issues, creates a vulnerable, target-rich environment, and that any organization currently using or considering using Zoom should evaluate the risk of its use. The DHS report also stated that China's access to Zoom servers makes Beijing unequally positioned to target US public and private users. Zoom has stated, however, that they are trying to fix this issue and are doing all they can to avoid or at least minimize this threat. I'm sure that a lot of you have seen at least one Zoom bombing video, or you have at least heard about it. I mean, they were all over YouTube at one point. But if you go to YouTube right now and type in Zoom bombings, there are literally no videos of people actually doing it. There are only news videos and people talking about it. I mean, it is a huge issue. Knowing that at any time a random person can come to your meeting or class is actually very frightening. People have actually been arrested for Zoom bombings, so this isn't just some child's play. Since there is a lot of people working from home, hackers are now way more active, because a lot of people don't have the same security at home as they do at work. It is good, however, that there has been a lot of attention brought to this for the simple fact of cyber safety. With all of this COVID-19 stuff going around, people shouldn't feel scared in their own house whilst working. It is also very good that Zoom has been trying to fix this, and even the FBI is getting involved in this. Zoom stocks have dropped by 9% on the April 30th. The reason was that Zoom had admitted that it did not have a peak of 300 million daily users as they stated before. Rather, Zoom had a peak of 300 million daily participants, a person who attends more than one Zoom meeting per day. This can be some high schooler taking classes, is counted as a separate participant for each meeting. In a blog post on April 22nd, we unintentionally referred to these participants as users and people, Zoom said in a statement to The Verge. When we realized this error, we adjusted the wording to participants. This was a genuine oversight on our part. With this, I can respect that Zoom has taken accountability for this issue and did fix it eventually. All in all, there is no denying that Zoom isn't perfect. The imperfections it does have, however, are pretty massive, especially the cybersecurity threats. Not only was Zoom caught lacking in security, but they were also caught lying about their numbers. So, with all that being said, it is fair to say that Zoom does have a bad side. Now it's time for my personal opinion. I personally believe that Zoom is overall good. While it has downsides to it, they are fixable, and Zoom has done a lot to fix these issues. They have also apologized for misinforming us about their numbers, which again, I respect. Overall, Zoom is a safe app to use, and most of the time you won't have any issues with it. Now, it is not perfect by any means, but it is certainly more good than bad. Now, with me dropping my 2 cents into this, I want to thank you for watching my video. I hope that you enjoyed, and as I said in my first video, the quality will get better with every video. With all that being said, I wish you a pleasant and eventful day. Peace!